first chat of the night of the year. First chat of the year. All right, there it is. Now, jump over to Facebook. All right. Like to jump on here a couple minutes early. Get everything all set up. Share these videos. Yes, I do. Try to share as much as I can here. Share to a page. Here's for Haunted House. We'll share there. Look at that. We got 2 minutes before we begin, so we're doing pretty good. Gives me just enough time to get on here and share these. Chiller chat. Share it there. And we'll share it to the Chiller Night Facebook group page. That's a private group. If you want to join that group, you're welcome to do so. There's no secret password or secret handshake will let you in. Probably. All right, let's see. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, folks. Time to begin. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night pre-show. Happy New Year! Hope everybody had a safe and fun Happy New Year's Eve. Rolling right into New Year's Day. Hope everybody had a great time. And we're going to have a great New Year's night. Okay, beginning at 9 o'clock. Well, beginning now. We're starting right now. From 8 p.m. until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. I will sit here and chat with you, and we'll go over the schedule. We'll go over the schedule and see what's playing on the Chiller Night television programming later on tonight at 9 p.m. on the on Stream TV. I'll tell you how to get there and how to watch it and all that good stuff. If you're new on here and you're wondering what's going on, worry not. Fear not. Well, you can fear if you want to, because we'll be playing some chiller movies. But we'll go over all of that. I promise. All right, so let's see. Let me open up the chat here. Holy cow, look at this. I've got all kinds of... Wow, Lasercorn says, hey, peeps, Happy New Year. Hey, Lasercorn, thanks for joining us. Roger Carroll says, good evening and Happy New Year. John says, good evening, everyone. I bid you welcome. Raymond says, Brian Laser. Glam says, howdy and happy 2022. Hey, Brian and Lasercorn. Okay, a lot of salutations being exchanged here between viewers. David says, good evening. Champagne popped and poured. Cheers. All right, David, thanks for joining us. Craig says, hi. Hey, Craig, thanks for joining us. Raymond says, I fell asleep. Doris had to wake me up for the countdown. Ah! Well, we were watching Cobra Kai up until season 4, up until right before, about 10 minutes till, and then I turned it on to watch the ball drop. Glam says, this is a pretty good way to start the new year. I'm glad you feel that way. Ava says, Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year indeed. I'm feeling pretty good about this year. So John says, Happy New Year 2022. Welcome to the first Chiller Night pre-show of 2022. This is Crozak the Grand, and here's Brian Hogue with a New Year's resolution you can take. Catch the pre-show every Saturday night. There you have it. All right, thank you, Crozak the Grand. Diana says, hey everyone, Happy New Year. Dr. Ed popping in to say Happy New Year. Thank you for entertaining us. Well, thank you. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate that. Let's see. Terrence says, oh, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. All right. So, like I said, I hope everybody had a really good New Year's Eve. We were pretty quiet, pretty on the down low at the Hogue Manor. Just binge watching Cobra Kai season 4, which started yesterday. So that's what we did. By golly, up until midnight, we watched the ball drop, and it was fun. We had a good time. Good time was had by all. Now, tonight, a good time will definitely continue. And here is the schedule for tonight. At 9 o'clock. Less than an hour. Silent Night. Bloody Night. Remember that one? We did that. When did we do that? Beginning of this year? Or maybe it was in 2020. But that was a Friday Night Frights. And I'll be talking to you about another Friday Night Fright coming up. It's going to be a little different, though. I'll explain all that. I won't get ahead of myself here. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Michael Smith, and that was taped January 12th of 2021. All the way back in the year 2021. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Bride of the Gorilla. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Hagman. That was taped in March of way back in 2021. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Horror Express. So there you have it. And you can find that Chiller Night programming by going to streammedia.tv, and go to the Watch Live at the top of the screen. You can select that as an option. And then you can watch that all night long. So, programming off and on throughout the night, all the way up until, well, the last show begins at 2 a.m., so we're on there for quite a while. Raymond says, doesn't Jack Shadow keep the castle Christmas tree up until Little Christmas, January 6th, the Epiphany? No. He'll enjoy it while it's there, and then as soon as it's New Year's Day, kicks the tree to the curb until next December. So they just got a little bit of the holiday spirits, but not much. Unless it's Halloween, then it's year round with him. So, all right. So there you have it. Hey, folks, Betty White. I mean, I gotta mention this. She was pushing 100. She almost made 100 years old. So rest in peace, Betty White. She passed away yesterday morning, on New Year's Eve. So she didn't quite make it into 2022. So that's too bad. I know she was going to be 100 years old this month now in January. So January 17th or something like that. So just couldn't hold out. So she seemed to be a pretty cool lady. Had a good sense of humor, a very Bob Newhart kind of dry sense of humor to her. I always found her amusing. Terrence says, Comet TV has been showing a Godzilla marathon since yesterday. Oh, is that right? Very cool. Raymond says, so sad. Yes, Terrence says, R.I.P. nearly 100 years old. I know. I say if you're close enough, give it to her. She was 100 as far as I'm concerned. Whoa. I mean, only a couple weeks away. Terrence says, Glam. Oh, okay. Um, Raymond says, was she ill? That I don't know. I found out about that yesterday, and actually, Ava and I were out picking up some last minute items at the store, and somebody had mentioned it while we were standing in line, and that caused me to, look on. I fired up the Google, and there you had it. I just looked it up and found it out myself yesterday. Um, when it happened, but I don't know. They didn't say anything, or at least the article, the sources I looked at didn't mention anything about any sicknesses. So I don't know. Terrence says John Madden also passed away. R.I.P. That's right. That's right. John Madden also passed away. Wow. I wonder how old he was. I remember seeing the headline there, but I don't recall seeing an age. Glam says, "Oh, I didn't know about Bay White, but 99 is a respectable age." She's very talented. Yes, yes, she was. Um, like I said, just had a really good sense of humor. Lasercorn says, "Oh man, I gave up in Comet a long time ago when they got rid of Mystery Science Theater 3000." Oh, is that right? Cassandra says, Larry Storch is going to be 99 years old on January 8th. Larry Storch! You'll have to remind me who Larry Storch is. I don't know off the top of my head. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah. Well, regardless of who Larry Storch is, that's, good on him for reaching that age. A lot of people don't, so, most people don't, so good on him. Raymond says, Harry Reid passed away too. Death goes in threes. Harry Reid, yeah, that's right, that's right. Just like what, this week? Doc says F Troop. F Troop. Luke says Madden, or Luke says Madden was 85. Madden was 85, okay. I don't know why I was thinking he was a little bit older than that, but not much, but I mean that's a good age. That's a nice age to reach. Glam says Larry Storch was on Married with Children, but best known for F Troop. Okay. I'd have to see a picture of him. I remember the show F Troop, but it's been so long ago. I remember Forrest Tucker as the sergeant, O'Malley or something like that, and the other guy is his buddy there. And unless that's the guy who you're talking about, I don't know. All right. So, anyways, that's that's what we got for you there. And now I have to bring this up because this is also something I mentioned, Cobra Kai. That's not a non-chiller themed topic there, whatever. But look at this. The Book of Boba Fett started on December 29th. Episode 1 came out. So no spoiler here if you've been alive and well in 2021. I hope all of you have been. At least the alive part. Yeah, there he is. Good on you, Boba, for getting out of that Sarlacc. We knew you did. We just didn't know how. And we actually got to... well, I'm not giving any spoilers away other than the picture there, but if you know that he was getting his own series, obviously he escapes the Sarlacc at some point. You have to have had knowledge of that in order for him to have the series, because it would have been pretty boring to have the series centered around him being in a Sarlacc for, 7 or 8 episodes. So congratulations to Boba Fett on escaping the Sarlacc pit, and for the grand opening, the debut of the Book of Boba Fett, which began on Wednesday. It'll be streaming every Wednesday on the Disney Plus channel. Raymond says the short, dark-haired guy. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's who they're talking about with Larry Storch. Glam says he did an episode. Wasn't a regular Married, but was a funny guest spot. Oh. Doc says no spoilers. Haven't checked it out yet. Nope. that's as much as you get. Just that picture there of, like I said, if if you knew the book of Boba Fett was coming out, then obviously, I mean, if you watched The Mandalorian, he was on it. So we you had to have known he got out of the Sarlacc. I mean, that's what the whole the episodes about the character, the series about the character. So. Um, So that's as far as I'm gonna go. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Looking forward to episode 2. John says, "Happy birthday to Russ Tamblyn, who starred in the fantasy movie Tom Thumb and sci-fi movie War of the Gargantuas." That's one I'm familiar with. And Dracula versus Frankenstein. I'm familiar with that one too. We sorry, I got a bit of a cough that seems to not be letting go. Darn cough. Yeah, it's holding on there, folks. Mr. Tabulin, born December 30th. Okay. Lamb says, Dracula vs. Frankenstein. I know there are different movies actually under that title. The one that we played on my first shows, I don't know, Inception was back when it was called Sleepy Hollow Theater. We played Dracula vs. Frankenstein, and it was starring Michael Rainey. Is that I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Well-known actor. He was in when the Day the Earth Stood Still, and he's been in a ton of other things. But so I'm not sure if that's the one that we played, but it doesn't matter. This Russ was in this one here, so Glam says he hit everyone with his hat on F Troop. Lasercorn says, let's not forget about Harry Reid's contributions to UFO research. Yeah, did bring some attention there, didn't he? F Troop, yeah, like I said, I remember Forrest Tucker on that. Ken Berry is another actor who was on that, I believe, if I'm remembering that right. It's been so long time ago since I've seen F Troop. Ken Berry was in later on Mama's Family, I believe, as Mama's son. I didn't watch the show, but I was aware that a show was on. But yeah, to get back to Harry Reid's contribution to UFO research, I'd like to see more come out. Other than, honestly, I mean, it's at least for what's been disclosed. Yes, they are out there. They're real, and anybody doubting that at this point, after this this information's been disclosed. I mean, it is out there. They're just not going as far as saying that they understand what's operating these vehicles. So now that is information I'd like to know. So let's do that next. John says Larry Storch had also starred in the first Ghostbusters TV series back in 1975 as Spencer with Forrest Tucker. That's right. Yeah, the one. Yeah, way back in 1975. I don't know if a lot of people were aware of that, or maybe they needed a little mental reminder, a little jolt there in the old memory banks. That certainly wasn't sitting in the forefront of my mind, but until you just brought it up. Forrest Tucker as Kong and Bob Burns was Tracy the Gorilla. The first Ghostbusters TV series. Jeez. Well, that's a blast from the past. Raymond says, Laser, let's not forget Reid's false comment about Romney's failure to pay his taxes. Non-UFO related bit of information there, but yeah. Yes, things happen like that more often than we And they should, that's for sure. Um, Hazelcorn says correct. All right, so hey, I wanted to bring something up to you folks. Um, I'm interested in doing another Friday Night Frights very soon, and I'm thinking, where's my calendar? What the heck? Let me look at my calendar here. Let me see what the next Friday is. What is it? The 6th, right? No, the 7th. The 7th. Huh. January 7th. Okay. Now, if you guys are up for that, I'm just checking my schedule here. Is that something that you'd like to see? A Friday Night Frights? Um, maybe the very next Friday on the 7th of this month. And if so, let me know in the comments here. Let me know because, quite frankly, I want more programming and more frequently. And this next one here, what I think I'm going to do is Jack Shadow has asked me to stand in as a guest host, a temporary thing. Jack's very busy, extremely busy, but I thought it could kind of be done in a way that's a mix of Chiller Night Theater and this, where it's live, interactive, and and let me know if it's something that you would be interested in doing. Because quite frankly, Cassandra says, love the F Troop episode with Vincent Price. Oh, I vaguely remember watching F Troop when I was a kid, but I mean, it's not been since I've been a kid that I've actually even seen the reruns. So, or maybe I was watching I don't know what years that show was on, but I don't know. Brian, Terrence says, Brian, give us your list of top 10,000 horror movies of all time. You got a few minutes? Vigor Warrior says, it's the 8th, my friend. Great idea. For next Friday? Well, thanks for joining us, by the way, Vigor Warriors. See, did I see that wrong? Next Friday. I'm looking to do a Friday Night Frights. What that is, and that normally we air the show on Saturdays on Stream TV. But what I mean is that it would be an online show, and Raymond says yes. Will Ava and the other lady help the guest host? It wouldn't. Probably not for this first one. Probably not for this first one. And I'm going to chat a little bit more about this. Doc says, go for it, Brian. If Jack Shadow asked you, how can you say no? I'm kind of thinking that too. I appreciate that, Doc. He seemed to think that I was probably next in line as far as, I did a little, promo video just earlier today. So tell me what you think. I don't have the data in there because I didn't know. I just started talking to you now about this. I wanted to bring this up and see if that's something that you'd be even interested in. Because I'll tell you why. Without getting into some details, and they're not bad. In fact, it's good. A lot of good things are going on. Regardless of 2021 and all the nonsense that we've seen and experienced and witnessed throughout that year, and it's a lot of that's still going on, and some of that for some of us, a lot of it like a big heavy anvil is still hovering over our heads in a bad way, but I will say this: there are a lot of good things going on right now. but it's going to be taking a good deal of my time. So I submit to you, good folks, this idea right here. I will temporarily take over the hosting duties as requested by the big man himself, the big guy himself there, Jack Shadow. But because I am familiar in doing a type of show like this and Chiller Chat, it would be a mix of this stuff. You know, the Friday Night Frights, Chiller Chat, the Chiller Night Live pre-show. It'd be kind of a mix. And I'm going to show you this little promo I put together. Again, it's not, I don't have the date on there because I didn't know. But tell me what you think of this. All right? And away we go. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue, creator of Chiller Night Theater, host of Chiller Chat, and host of the Chiller Night Live pre-show every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, Jack Shadow, the normal host, I don't know about normal, but the regular host of the Chiller Night Theater, has asked me to host in his place for the very next live Chiller Night Theater. It'll be interactive, it'll be live, unedited, and unscripted. And you can join me and each other online as we watch the 1958 Chiller, The Screaming Skull. Now this will be a live, it'll be unedited, and it'll be unscripted. So I hope you enjoy The Screaming Skull and the next Chiller Night Theater coming up very soon. Hope to see you. All right, there you have it. There you have it. Kind of got a Chilly Billy type of thing going on there with the tuxedo, and Chili always wore the tuxes. But let's see. Terrence says, Brian, help! There's a big-headed alien in the chat. Oh no. Hey, Terrence, you're on your own. Sorry, I don't know what to do about big-headed aliens. Terrence says, looking dapper, Brian. Well, thank you, kind sir. John says, happy birthday to Kumi Mizuno. If I'm getting that right, I don't know. Hopefully, I am. Who started in Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, Godzilla versus Monster Zero, and the super scary movie Mutango, aka Attack of the Mushroom People, and Godzilla Final Wars. Kumo was born on January 1st. You know, I think I saw that while scrolling through Facebook. I think I did see a picture of him in a Godzilla suit with his mask off. I wouldn't have remembered that name, but Doc says, sounds awesome. Okay, cool. David says, would you dare sit in Jack Shadow's chair during the show? Not on the first one, but, you know, I don't know. We'll see if Jack keeps the chair cold for me. Chiller. We'll see. Doc says, love the tux. Thank you, thank you. Tom says, I'm a big-headed alien. Aha! So now the truth comes out about Tom, the big-headed alien, in the chat. Okay. Well, Terrence and Tom, you two behave in there. All right. Don't know what to say to that. All right. So, but as far as next Friday night, I wish I had a cough drop. Next Friday night, is that something you guys would be interested in? Lace Corn says, my brother saw Mutango when he was 8 years old. He never touched a mushroom after watching it. Wow. I hate mushrooms. So I think you know, it's good that your brother did see that and he never touched a mushroom after being 8 years old. It shouldn't even be a real food. Why are you people eating mushrooms? It's awful. Well, everyone else that I know loves mushrooms, but I just I gotta be the one. I can't stand them. Terrence says, Brian, I have a question. I was watching Chiller Night on streammedia.tv, and during the show, Jack Shadow is reading comments about the movie. How was that done? I thought it was pre-taped. Well, it depends which one it was. When were you watching it? Because okay, like let's say Bride of the Grello, that was last week. So if you were watching that, in fact, tonight, Silent Night, Bloody Night, and Bride of the Grello, those were not pre-taped. Those were live episodes. Like I said, with the Friday Night Frights, what we do, or what we have done in the past, is we've done the Friday Night Frights. It's an unedited show, and then I take and clean it up a little bit in the editing, take little pieces out here and there, and ship it off to Stream TV, and then they play it next week, the next Saturday. Not that Saturday. That's too quick of a turnaround for me. But like if we did it on the 6th, it'd be the Saturday after that. Or on the 7th, it wouldn't be the 8th. It'd be the Saturday after that. So, but that's what. Yeah, we had live Chiller Night Theaters. I think we've done. I don't know, probably around a dozen of them so far. I believe we did some in 2019, 2020, and 2021. So, yeah, we were doing that for a little while. The shows before that were all pre-taped, but there was a time there through, like I said, probably about 10 or 12 episodes where it was done live and Jack was interacting with you, the viewers. So, Doc says, tell Stan Gordon you have a big-headed alien in the chat. Yeah, I'm sure Stan's going to want to know that so he can document this information accordingly. Raymond says, I like the Screaming Skull. Peggy Weber, played by Joe Friday's mother on the radio version of Dragnet. Is that right? I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. That might have to be something that you bring up, or maybe myself. I almost said Jack Shadow, but it'll be that other guy hosting. Raymond says, yes. Raymond says, Brian, have your cough checked out. Well, yeah, I get it. I get them every year. It's just it's nothing that it's just a little agitation in the back of my throat. So it just always holds on a little longer than I'd like. Terrence says, so you had live chat on streammedia.tv. No, it wasn't actually on. It was on. I'll tell you what it was. I'll tell you this, and that's important too, because that's the way we're going to do it next Friday. Again, if you guys want this, we'll do it next Friday. But it was just like you're seeing this show right here. It was an online show. It was live. It was interactive, just like I'm doing the pre-show. And I've done live chiller chats. I've done live chiller night theaters. And of course, this is live every Saturday. But I think it's, Jack Shadow is really, really busy this year. So just to get more fresh content, he has asked me to step in and do what I can to help out. Like I said, this is going to be pretty much a spontaneous, on the spot, unedited, unscripted program. There will be some notes, of course, some little tidbits of knowledge that I will be sharing, and I'm sure you guys will be able to look that information up at the same time and be sharing that as well, which I think would make it pretty fun. Now here's the thing, that will be online, that will be live. Then that episode will be sent to Stream TV and will be featured on Stream TV. So for the next Saturday, that will be the show. And I'll make it very clear that I will be temporarily standing in for Jack Shadow, because I would like to get some more content done, and I don't like playing the same things over and over, but inevitably that it just has to happen because I can't do this as often as as I would like, but really to come up with a brand new episode of Chiller Night Theater with Jack Shadow, uh, ah, just there's a lot to that if I want to keep this going right now with all the other additional stuff that I'm doing, I will never, I'll just never be able to get the shows cranked out. I won't be able to do it. So, fortunately, I have said yes. I will step in and I will help. I will help Jack Shadow out, and we'll have a good time doing it. Not only me, but you guys as well. I'm sure you'll be throwing information my way, just like you do here. Um, Tom says chat was recorded live on Facebook and here. Yep. Yeah, Chiller Chat and Chiller Night. Oh, did you say Chiller Chat? Chiller Night Theater. Nice Chiller Night Theater. But we have done Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat. And then they appear on Stream TV. I just like clean it up a bit, with the kind of bookend each episode and take out little, things here and there. And then I send it to streammedia.tv to play on Stream TV. Doc Dread says, "Is Jack feeling okay? It's not like him to relinquish his show. He is doing fantastic. He is doing wonderful. The only thing is, if he doesn't relinquish his show, the show will not go on. And I, as well as Jack Shadow, are both showmen, 100%, tried and true. So the show must go on, and it must go on in this way for now. And if you don't want to think of it as Chiller Night Theater, you can think of it as Chiller Night Light. Certainly be an alternative. It'll be, but I will be doing more of a, as my inspiration. Chili Billy Cardell always, showed up. Never as a character host. Just in the tux every Saturday night. So I will be following in those footsteps temporarily. Chad says, "How you doing, man? I don't get in here too often, but I like your show and channel." Well, thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. I'm doing very well. I'm entering into this year just on cloud nine. I think things are going great, and like I said, if you guys are cool with that, let's try it. I mean, what could be the worst that could happen? For next Friday, we'll feature the Screaming Skull. We'll have a Friday Night Frights, and it will be me. And you guys, and just have a good time with it. And that will be a way for now for me. Let's see how that goes, because again, it will be mentioned that I'll be taking over for a little while, but it's either that or we don't get any new shows. Without getting into details, and I'm not saying that because it's something bad. It's not. It's actually great. Good stuff coming down the road. But I'm going to have a lot less time to be making new shows. But that I figure, well, we could do this. It's kind of like doing this, only in an episode format. Where we're breaking up the movie and coming on, interacting, having a few minutes in between, and then, I'll have some content to give the Stream TV, and we all get to watch a movie together. So, John says, this would be Hiro Nakajima, the man who was in the Godzilla suits up to 1971. He starred in not only Godzilla as a suit actor, but also did Rodan, King Kong for King Kong Escapes, and was the Brown Gargantuan in War of the Gargantuans. Haro was also born on January 1st. Ah. Wow. Quite a bit of folks here being mentioned. or at least a couple of them, born on January 1st. Chad says, sharing out to my group. I appreciate that. Thank you. And like with all the content on here, if any of you would share that information, share the videos, share the content, I very much appreciate that. I would love to boost my viewership. I really would. Oh, actually, here's an interesting thing. I've noticed this within the last month or so, maybe a little longer. It used to be I got more views on Facebook. Now I'm getting much more views on YouTube. So interesting. Not sure why that is, but okay. I'm glad to see that. Terrence says, "Oh, okay, I got it now. Thank you." Not a problem. Just Terrence says, "Chad, happy New Year." Raymond says, "The fact that we communicate during the live viewing is great fun." Yes, I agree. Terrence says, "Thanks, Tom. Pays to have a big-headed alien in chat." Chad says, "Hey, Terrence." Glam says, "Sounds good, Brian. Best to stay on Jack's good side and help out." That's the way I feel. What am I gonna do? Say no? Am I gonna say no to him? I can't do that. Tom says Jack has a good side. That's true. Um, good point. Glam says good is a relative term. Yeah. Chad says, "Glam Fangs, hey, how you doing? Happy New Year." Tom says, "What's going to be taking up all your time?" It's projects that I'm working on that are. I'll at some point I will be discussing them. I hate to talk about them early because it has to. I actually have to be. I know I hate being vague like this, but I have to be really I have to be vague right now at this point. And then once I know more concrete information, I'll be happy to share it with you. But I gotta be all mysterious right now, unfortunately. But it's all good. It's all good. Glam says, "Doing great, Chad. Thanks." Oh, okay, answering chat. Cassandra says, "I think Jack Shadow is planning on taking a trip or the pre-show while you're busy on his show." Oh, jeez. Yeah. Tom says, your fiend without a face on YouTube has 25,000 views. What? I didn't know that. Is that right? Well, I'll look that up afterwards, but that's awesome. I did not know that. That's quite a bit. And it's funny because I just changed the title of that channel to Chiller Night instead of Chiller Night Theater because so much of the content is this right here in Chiller Chat. I was giving we did a lot of new Chiller Chats this year, but not that many new Chiller Night Theaters. Not as many as I would have liked. We only did a handful of the new episodes. And that's what I'm saying is, in order for me to continue the show, I figure, well, maybe I'll do a like a Chilly Billy approach to it. For now, anyways. There is no way I can continue doing everything that I'm going to be doing. I just can't do it. So this is going to have to be the way. It's going to have a different atmosphere to it. It'll still be the creepy chiller thing. Like I said, I'll be looking a little more, I suppose, dapper, but in a chiller way. But I think it'll be fun. Now here, I want to go with the schedule here because I'm a little late on that. I usually like to give that again at 8:30. 9 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Silent Night, Bloody Night, and that was a live show that we did. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Michael Smith, and now Michael, I'm trying to remember, he talked about his movie House of the Vampire, I believe it was. I don't have that title right in front of me, but it's kind of done in the vein of the old Hammer movies, according to Michael. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Bride of the Gorilla, 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Hagman. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Horror Express. So there you have it. Let's see. Terrence says, your voyage to the prehistoric planet has 64,000 views. Really? I honestly, I had no idea of any of this. I really didn't. So that's amazing. I would have guessed a couple thousand maybe for each of those. Tom says 25,000 views for the one, 64,000 views. Yeah, I had no idea. Chad says, you need moderators in your chat, man. Click on names you trust to moderate your chat to set as moderator on YouTube. Bots come in and mess things up when you're not paying attention. Well, I actually respond to every well, I can't say that for sure because I do reply to anything that except or so these people get on here. I can't believe you're coming on and interrupting the movie with your talk. It's a hosted horror show. That's what you do. We're watching a good quality movie. What? And you come in and interrupt. I I'm just like, I'm not. Gee, if there was only something else you could find on the internet to watch, but those are the only ones that I don't reply to. I just let them go. But everyone else who's making comments, I'll give it a like. I'll actually reply. So I like to do that myself, just because I don't get that much. I don't get that much response necessarily. I'm not getting 100 of these a day to where I can't go in and respond personally. So I do like to do that, just to one, it gives me an idea of what people are saying, and I ignore all the haters out there. I just ignore them because there's plenty of them. They hate the show, and it's like, okay, I don't know what you're doing. Why would you sit through it? That's the thing that gets me is like, I know in 3 minutes whether I'm going to watch, continue watching something or not. If I'm really sitting there in that much misery, I think I'd be smart enough to turn the channel or to click on something else. But that's the way I look at it. Glam says, smart Brian, keep answers vague, admit to nothing, and put nothing in writing. Plausible deniability is your friend. It kind of has to be right now. It just has to be. Deborah says, hello, Chiller Thrillers. Hey, Deborah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being on here. And once again, Deborah, she was the one who, and I kept it right here. This was I got to bring this up again because I was talking about Chilly Billy earlier, just a few minutes ago. And Deborah got me this. It was all wrapped up and nice and just stopped in days before Christmas, and gave this very nice print from Phil Wilson, the artist that I had on here on Chiller Chat from, he was an artist for the Creep Show, worked on the animation for Creep Show, and a ton of other things. I'm just bringing that up because of the Chiller related theme here. But Deb got me this really awesome picture of Bill Cardell surrounded by ghosts and ghouls as he, and this was back in 1974. This print painting was done by Phil, and he submitted it to WPXI back then to be used as a bumper, and they didn't use it as a bumper. I'm just surprised with that. It's such a neat picture. But thanks again, Deborah. I really appreciate that. Chad says, just as you get to be a larger channel, your chat will be filled with more people, and it can get crazy. LOL. Oh, hey, that's I appreciate that advice. And if it gets that big, which I hope it does, that'd be a good problem to have. I'll take it. Dr. Ed says, Ride of the Gorilla with Harry Mason. Bride of the Gorilla. Yes. I know. I know that's what you meant to write that there. Yeah, with Perry Mason, we're doing a lot of chatting about Godzilla earlier. So yeah, Perry Mason, and that's I think if I don't I think Jack Shadow actually mentions that a little bit about Perry Mason and his connection to Godzilla. I think everybody knows that connection, but it is mentioned, I believe, tonight on Bride of the Gorilla. Um, Doc says, "Ignore the haters." Oh, I do. I do. I mean, they're entitled to their opinion. I don't want to say they're not, but I just, I don't. Under no obligation to respond to them, so they can hate it because I got many more people who do appreciate the show and enjoy it. And Chad says, I moderate for a chat that has 100 to 200 people in it every night, and it gets some drama now and then. I think your channel is going to be bigger than you think. Uh, that actually, Chad, I think you're right, and I'm kind of getting a sense of that just tonight with like I said, with Tom and Terrence telling me that stuff about how many people were viewing those videos on the YouTube channel. I had no idea. I would have guessed maybe a couple thousand views. I would not have guessed. What would you guys say? 25,000 on the one and 64,000 views on like the Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet episode. I had no idea. I can honestly say I had no idea. And it's kind of neat because I do, I put a lot of work into trying to keep that chiller spirit alive, as much as I can, just one person. But, so it is nice to see that. It's very nice to see that. Because sometimes I like, is anybody watching? Or, I know you, all of you are, very supportive to the show. But outside of like our regular crew here, our regular group of chiller maniacs, I do wonder, like sometimes, like what kind of viewership am I getting? I know for I have numbers for Stream TV. But even those aren't accurate. That's with the the online views. That information can be relayed to me, but that doesn't even cover the TV channel views, which have been around a lot longer from back in the days of Sleepy Hollow Theater. So I don't know. It could be thousands more, but on top of that, or it could be 5. 5 more. I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I have no idea. So, Raymond says, what is wrong with those people? Jack Shadow's philosophy and advice is apropos. Oh, stop it. For today's civilization. I agree. Here we go with the apropos again. Deborah says, you deserve it. Thanks for keeping the chiller going. Thank you, Deborah, I appreciate it. Tom says, whoa, you have 8 shows with over 10,000 views. Better watch out. Brian might actually get some traction here if you're not careful. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I go on there, like I do check it when I get, I get notifications. So I go on there and check it. Oh, okay, well, there's a good comment. Oh, there's a really bad comment. Oh, there's a good comment. That's what I'm looking at. And I have paid attention when I first put the shows on there. I actually had a chart, a journal that I kept track of all the numbers and stuff like that. And I just, I don't know. I guess I just kind of, got lost in the day to day, especially over the last couple of years. Trying to keep this going has been a little taxing. I remember the first March. When we first everybody quarantined, back with the COVID quarantines, March of 2020. Wow, what a month to pick. Doing Monster March. We're going to do a live show every Friday night. And then that hit. Of course, that was already scheduled. Okay, we were already going to do that. And I had no idea. Nobody knew, that this stuff was going to hit. And so here we are. Everybody's sitting at home, kind of locked in, other than your essential outings. And I'm like, what the heck? Now I got to do Chiller Night Theaters, live Chiller Night Theaters every Friday night. But I think that was good to keep your mind busy. I mean, especially when everything was starting and it was so much unknown at the time, So it was weird. It was a weird time, and I'm kind of proud of that fact that we kept live shows going that entire month every Friday night. Um, that was kind of fun in a way. Well, it was fun, but it was a strange time to be doing it too. But I think people kind of were looking forward to that. Um, Chad says, yeah, everyone I watch on YouTube is part of the paranormal UFO communities these days, and I came across the channel. Ah, cool. Very cool. Tom says, you have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, I did know that. I knew that. But I can't monetize that channel. Everything else checks out. I can't monetize it because they say I have to use my own original content. Now, Chiller Chat and this show here is my original content, but Chiller Night Theater, because I'm using public domain or not, that's not the issue. But because I'm using movie segments, that's not considered original content, so I can't monetize that channel. But that's neat that I have 5,000 subscribers. Lasercorn, my work here is done, Brian. All right. Raymond says you will have to hire a PR firm to track the comments and respond. Yeah, maybe. I respond to the pleasant ones, or even the indifferent ones. I respond to everything except for the blatantly hateful ones, and I just like you don't think you want me replying to those. Brian says, Happy New Year's. Sorry I'm last. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. Well, we got a few minutes left. Glam says, having the host interject trivia about the movie while adding his or her own charm is part of the overall appeal and fun. I think it's going to be fun. So I'm going to say this. Let's just plan on next Friday night, doing a Friday Night Frights. We're going to do the Screaming Skull. Again, me is being requested by the big guy himself. Jack Shadows asked me to stand in temporarily as needed as I need to be. And let's just try it. Let's just try it out. See if we have a good time. I'm sure we'll have a fun time, and that will actually end up being on Stream TV. So maybe I'll have a picture, Jack's castle with a picture of him on the background, just so everyone knows that he's still there. Let's see. Chad says, "LOL." Yeah, you've got a good amount of views. Go to YouTube Studio and look for your options for earnings. You could be monetized, I'm sure. Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, that's what the feedback from the response from YouTube was as to why I can't be monetized. Everything else lines up. But Chad says, well, you could sell merch. Yeah, I could. That's probably also coming up in the future. Tom says there are so many movie review channels that are monetized. How is Chiller Night Theater any different? I don't know. That's a good question. Are they do they show images or content from the movies? And if so, I mean, I wonder how they get away with that. Well, I don't know. People show movie trailers. I'm seeing Star Wars content all the time, reviews, and they're using actual footage, and I don't know how they do that with, I don't know how that works with copyright. I should put that little disclaimer in the beginning. I don't know. So many things I don't know. Glam says, how about Patreon? I was going to set that up at one time, and I just never, then the COVID hit, and I didn't want to ask anybody for any money because at that time, and I remember mentioning that on here. It's like I don't want to, I thought it was a bad time at that point because I didn't know how inflation was going to be. I didn't know how, with everything being locked down, people losing their jobs, and I just didn't want to, go that route at that time. But now, now, I would look into that. I would look into that. John says, you have been watching the Chillinate pre-show with Brian Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand reminding you to keep your resolutions, keep supporting this show, Chillinate Theater. Thank you. And be better peoples. Until next time, keep thrilled and stay chilled. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Thank you, Crozak the Grand. Brad said, it's the Chillinate pre-show with Brian Hogue starring Brian Hogue. And now, Happy New Year. Happy Public Domain Day before 1926. Here's Brian. Sorry I'm late. No problem. Thanks, Brad, for joining us. I'm going to be signing off here pretty soon. But Tom says we suggested Patreon a couple of years ago. I remember that, but as I was like starting to learn what that was, like at toward that last quarter of 2019 or somewhere in that area, that's when it started. We started getting into the early days of COVID, and to where I really was ready to launch that or focus and actively pursue it. And that's just bad timing. Chad says, yeah, man, make some money off your hard work and you have a good channel here. Thank you, Chad. I do appreciate that. Janice says, happy, safe New Year, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, it is 8:59, so with that, let me just let you know the next movie coming up at 9 p.m. I won't go through the whole schedule here. We've done that a few times so far, but there it is. Silent Night, Bloody Night on here in just about a minute. So with that, I will sign off for tonight. Thank you for joining me and with each other, and have a good night. Have a good chilling night. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll see you Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. See you later. Have a good week.